Hello, I'm Heather Clancy in the GreenBiz studio with Roberta Barbieri. She is the Vice President of Global Water and Environmental Solutions, Strategies, stuff, right, for Pepsi.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks, Heather.
So I know from reading the new Performance with Purpose agenda that the goals were updated for 2025 and water was a big part of them, water stewardship and really stepping it up. So tell us what some of your responsibilities are there and how you're going to get there.
Great, yeah, and you're correct. We really stepped up on water. In our first generation of targets, we overachieved on our operational water efficiency goal. Yes, thank you, which is great. I can't take any credit for it because that was before my time with the company, but with the new generation, second generation of PWP targets on water, we're driving toward this holistic view of water that we call positive water impact. And it's a journey, not a destination, but it encompasses looking at water in a watershed context where we operate, where there's high water stress, high water risk to our business, leaning in at the watershed level to fully understand with the help of local stakeholders, community leaders, regulatory agencies, local NGOs, what is driving water insecurity in the watershed, because if our operations are feeling water insecure, then everybody's feeling water insecure. I think it's safe to say. So our approach is to convene the stakeholders, understand collectively what the issues in the watershed are and how PepsiCo can help. What are the interventions that will have the most positive impact? And then put our weight, our resources, our technical know-how, our capability, maybe even our employees on the ground behind implementing those interventions.
Right. Now, you made a lot of strides, as you referenced at the beginning, in the previous 10 years, because this program is 10 years old now. What drove you to make sure that these other stakeholders are involved? I believe that it sort of, we're at the point where we need to push it down the food chain, if you will, right?
Correct.
You need to get, so how are you hoping to help your suppliers move against that water stewardship goal?
Yeah, I think our generation one was, from a water perspective, was more weighted toward what was happening within our own four walls.
Yep.
And we all know that that is not good enough. And actually, in the scheme of kind of mitigating water-related risk to the company as a whole, to the entire value chain, it doesn't go nearly far enough. It's a small piece. It's an important piece, but it's a small piece of mitigating risk. So with that in mind, we looked outside our four walls, and knowing that all water is local, and seeking to kind of apply this context-based mentality to what we do in all things environmental, but particularly in water, it became clear that first step, understand what's going on with water in the watershed. And second step, understand how PepsiCo can help.
Right. Okay. So, and obviously your title includes other things aside from water. So what would you say is the biggest challenge of your job right now?
Yeah, when I think challenge, my mind immediately races to our greenhouse gas commitment, which is daunting, aggressive, industry-leading, science-based.
What is it specifically?
Yeah, sorry, that's important context. 20% reduction in absolute greenhouse gas emissions across our entire value chain, Scope 1, Scope 2, and Scope 3.
Okay.
The Scope 1 and Scope 2 piece, so our direct operations, fuel use, and electricity use, we have line of sight to that. You know, it's renewable energy, it's driving additional energy conservation, energy efficiency, and we've been working on that. That was part of our first generation of targets. Scope 3 is the big boy, and where things are much more ambiguous. We have a high-level roadmap to achieve the Scope 3 portion of the target, but since that portion accounts for 93% of our total greenhouse gas footprint, a high-level roadmap is not going to be enough. So my huge challenge right now is bringing that high level down to specific tactical programs that we can push throughout our entire value chain. And suppliers, this is where suppliers will really play a very significant role. We need them to help us in our reduction efforts. So yeah, that's what keeps me up at night.
Okay, so just one final question. Where are you going to start with that?
I'm going to start with the stuff that we know. One good example is our vending and cooling machines. So, you know, all the Pepsi vending machines that you see out in the world, we have several 100,000 units around the globe. We have a great program in place to continually drive energy efficiency improvements in that portfolio of units over time. And I'm cautiously optimistic that that piece of the pie will be over-delivered.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be watching. Thank you for giving me things to watch.
Yeah, hold us accountable.
I will. Thanks for joining us in the GreenBiz studio.